Good Shabbos, Parshas Pנחs. A powerful week. Parshas Pנחs. Pנחs was a Kanui. He stood up for what was right. He stood up for where nobody else was able to stand up. He stood up for the truth, for a certain truth, the core truth of what Klal Yisrael is about, which is Kedusha and Tahara. And nobody was able to see it, and people were starting to get, like there was a pause as to like what's going on. What are we doing? Oh, these powerful people are standing up and doing so and so. What's going on? Like there was a pause. The behemoth right away, like, oh, maybe there's an opportunity. There's something. There's a way out. There's somebody has come with proof that it's not 100%. Like we are so tamimus, we are so connected, we're so plugged in, and everything is with such a tamimus. And mitamol kim tainadu the nasibes of the Shemoni, Shimon to Bina, Gevuras. He's coming. He's saying that there is another fire here that can be done. And what happens? Pנחs comes in. Pנחs comes in to play. Pנחs comes in for us. Who is Pנחs? Pנחs is not the Navi that went out on fire. Ish Kodesh. And one time Or Chazer. And also it's Eliyahu Navi. So there's, I believe I saw it from, I don't know where I saw it last week, in Archaim maybe. It wasn't from the Ramalchus. Saying that Pנחs was a Malach. That finally there was a body that was mezukach enough for him to be able to land into. His spirit, his ruach was able to land into Pנחs. Because Pנחs, what did he do? He went on such a deep level of Or Chazer. He went so deep. He was so chofer be'eres in Gevura. Ashalo yachel plishtim listem. They couldn't verstop this be'ed. And this is the fire that we're looking for. But let's just finish that. He went so far that he was completely surrendered, completely mezukach. He was a definite Mesiras Nefesh over there. But it wasn't Stama Mesiras Nefesh Bigduch. It was Mesiras Nefesh for fire. He jumped into the fire. There's two types of Mesiras Nefesh. I mean types. I want to make a point. There's many types. There's one type, Mesiras Nefesh. You're giving over your life. But it's fire. But the question is, what type of wood are you putting in the fire? What's fueling the fire? There's a fire where it's like bow down, and I'm like behind me. No, I'm not going to do it. My Yiddish Akshanas comes out. That's one. Like I'm pushed until I can't breathe. I'm like, say there, no. You peeled away my layers. Who am I? I'm Tonic built in Morgish. I'm a Yid. I'm Li Yisrael Li Roish. I'm the first thought and the first thing that ever happened. And the only thing that's happening, because there's only the first thing that ever happened. Because it's the Heva, once again. But Pנחs jumped into a fire, to a Mesiras Nefesh, that he went for it, a Kiddush Hashem, to sanctify our Eibishter's Noman, our fire from within. He stood up for what was real, for what was true, his truth. He had no doubt. It was his truth. It was his fire and his Mesiras Nefesh, and it landed him Eliyahu Navi, which is Mavaser Basuras Tevis. Eliyahu Navi is bringing us news that we're going out. There's Geula times. And he keeps showing up, he keeps appearing. He comes to a bris, he comes Pesach night, his energy, his oil comes down. And he also comes in, there's Giluyim. As you have a concept in Chassidus, this is a Gilui. You have an understanding in a Lakus, you have an understanding in oneness, you're able to be Meyachad, make a Yichud. You're able to connect the physical with the non-physical, to see that there is the Varavaya, there's Atzmas everywhere. You just had Gilu Eliyahu. What else is that? Because Eliyahu is a fire that couldn't land in Welt, but he was made for Welt. He was such a it's so high up there that he operates in the legislative as far as we've reached so far. Keser, he operates in Choshech, so he has to come out in Welt. Fine, but this is a pshetel, but it's beseder. It's Pinchas ben Los ben Aaron HaKohen. So that's what you tap into. That's what we can tap into when we go on Mesiris Nefesh. What's the truth? Not for the truth. What is my truth? And guess what? If your truth seems to be, if my truth is 50% of what the other truth is, as long as I'm acting my truth, I'm getting real with myself, then I will get to my truth. Because I'm only searching for the truth. And this is the avodah, not to measure, but to be Pinchas. Pinchas, this is the fire. My what is my name? How do I want to daven? How do I want to talk? What conversation do I want to take place into? What I want to take part of? A low frequency, high frequency. Because when I say low frequency, it's not just a conversation. I'm going into a low frequency, and I'm not channeling where I need to be. And what's going to happen is I may have depression tomorrow, because now that I'm low in oil, my heart and my heart is burning. And as my fire is burning, he needs more fuel, but he doesn't have, because last night I was in a low-frequency conversation. I was talking about somebody, and I was judging somebody, judging myself. So what's my truth? What type of a conversation do I want to be a part of? A high-frequency conversation where I know that right now that I'm just full of light, and I'm able to inspire others. I'm able to, from that place, bring more oil into the world. And that's the Pinchas. That's the fire that Pinchas gave us. By that Mesiris Nefesh, now we have access to that. When that consciousness came into Welt, that door opened up for us. Pinchas Eliyahu Hanavi, Nadav Avihu, Kohen Nishelyan, Arna Kohen, Chesed. Chesed is the highest levels of Chasadim. Arna Kohen was full of love. He was full of Avos Yisrael. Now, the question was, why from that do we go to Karbanis? Why do we go to the Karbanis? Where does this come into play all of a sudden, the Karbanis? So the Vart is Azoy. We did a whole mimer on that from the Tzemach Tzedek right before Pesach, which we're talking about the Sa'odim. We're talking about Machal Behema. And we understand now the Behemas are Behema Rabbah. These are the Chayas, Afanai Kodesh, the Malachim, which is every word that we say, every action that we do. Every action that we do is being carried out. It goes on every level until the the refined, the Tihara Elah, the tip, that's the one that makes it up there. That's all that's needed, because it's Ptachas Apshitas. We don't need big muscles. We don't need anything. We just need the Nakuda, the Pintala. And this is where we're going into. We're going into Yechida, which is we're going to be in the Pintala the whole time. We won't need this Sur Mara. We won't need... it's just going to be a Seitov the whole time. We're just going to be flapping the wings, gliding already. No more flapping with the wings anymore. Right? That's going to be Me'ein Olam Haba. So B'kitzur HaMaaseh, so we're going in over here to the Karbanos. So now, what happens is with... I'll start off, I don't remember where I'm connecting. Let's just go with the Karbanos. So now, as we are in the Behema Rabbah, and they're carrying the messages. So as we are in the Behema Rabbah, so now, how do I feed my Behema Rabbah? With Torah mitzvahs, with the Sa'odim, and we did a whole thing on that. We're makriv Karbanos to... Well, first, what we're doing is we're bringing the Sa'odim, which is I'm bringing my midas for 49 days. I'm bringing my midas every day. I'm makriv another one of my behema, another chelig, another level of behema. And as I'm doing that, I'm touching that Ar Choizer from Pesach night, and I eliminate, so I get closer until Shavuos I'm in Keser. Shavuos I'm there. So now, what happens is that we're about, also in the Vorim, whoever posted a question before is like in the Vorim, as the Yidden are about to go into Tzisroel, once again they're talking about the Karbanos, Yeshua is about to take over, and we're talking about the Karbanos, what's the Karbanos? So as we're going out from the clouds, from the Ananei Kovut, we're going into Welt, into Behema Welt, okay? I'm starting to build up layers again. I'm starting to build up layers in my Ruach. I'm becoming a little thicker. It's okay. That's how the Welt was created. That's how we are here, because there was a tzimtzum. Once there was a lack of, there's already something that didn't have the real deal. There was already a massive tzimtzum, and it's able to hold space for physical things, for such nefrodim as us. So it's okay. So as I'm starting to build layers, so ich kann mir metar sein, my achila, my sedur, but there is something else. The highest avodah of karbonis, the highest avodah of ayid, how he can get closer is he brought a carbon oil. And as far if I remember, I saw in Novi once that a carbon oil was not something that was Farbreng jeden took. A carbon oil was something that it was as you had an aliyah, and you felt you're right. And when you walk with it, people judge you. They're like, "Du Gatter, he thinks he thinks he's at a level right now. He's bringing on the carbon oil." It's like somebody saying he's going in to have a yechidus now. Like it was a yechidus with the Eibishter, Alain. So it wasn't such a, people didn't just come with carbon oils. So the carbonas right now, after, look what happened, what we had to go through, what type of or choizer do we have to own, act out, in order for Pנחs ben Elazar to be able to manifest. We have Shalach, when we have Koirach, then we have Chukas, which is Torah, will give us the Torah Mashiach. Then Balak and Bilam, oh wow, how heavy of a choizer was that? And then comes Pנחs. He comes into play, and now we have the carbonates, which is, listen guys, you're right here. As you're going to be going out, you're going into the building, start building layers. This is how you're going to keep opening up. It's like you pour water on beach sand, and it keeps evaporating. It seeps in. It's the same idea. So I keep layering. So I do the carbonas. The carbonas are the behemoth Rabba we're giving over. With it had to be kavanas and all types of details, which is it's not in this circle. It's all details. But it gives us the power of carbonas. That's the highest avodah that a yid can have. So now that we don't have the carbonas anymore, we don't have it. We don't need the carbonas. Now we have something more powerful. When I say carbonas in the morning, when a person says the carbonas, he's being makar of these carbonas, and it's very powerful stuff. And this is what opens up. It's a new way of stepping into, I'm completely like, this behemoth could be me. I'm being makar this behemoth. And guess what? Each and every one here is being makar of these behemoths. When you do this the personal work, self-reflection, cheshbonos, it's this is every day. Being in a better relationship with my wife, with my children, all that takes being makar on karbonos. Akar mechatas, forgive me, forgive myself. And the biggest avodah of all, the biggest avodah is the carbon oil. That's the biggest one. Why? Because we're so easy to give. Finally, I will do forever for everybody. I will do, but I won't do for myself. I won't see my own kindness. I won't see my own shechina within me, because that's what Satan wants. That's how he works. That's how he's mavalvel. He pushes you off track. When really my shechina is within me. It's my imagination. It's who I am. So the biggest, fattest carbon is the carbon oil. When I'm saying like I'm giving up, I'm ready to surrender. I already see now. Help me. Lev Nizbrovinitzka is like, okay, I see who I am. I see that I'm broken. I see how far I am. And that's the carbon oil. And that's when the archoizer is that what's that tonic built-in mortgage. That's the archoizer that there is no reasoning. You have nothing to say. I have nothing to level with. Because I could very well, this is it. Okay, I'm going down. This is it. It's not happening, and I'm a failure and all that. And I completely surrender because I realize it's my behemoth. This is just who I am. And when completely broken from that place, then you bring that's the carbon oil. Then comes Pנחs ben Elazar. Mavaser b'suras tovis. Good Shabbos. I just wanted to add one more thing. From the Rebbe Rashab, where the Rebbe is saying about the whole reason, and the whole pilpul, the whole reason that we're here is Torah mitzvahs. That's the whole tainuk, and it builds a whole case to bring you in to understand the tainuk, and then Torah mitzvahs. Like, that's it. Torah mitzvahs is what we're connected. The 613 body parts connected to the 613 body parts of our Creator, which is 630 mitzvahs. Which is our Creator, and I mean, as far in this level, it's only levels we can relate to. We made that clear already once and twice. Okay. So I was thinking, how far removed are we? In other words, like telling me that really a car is supposed to be driving on air. a plane is supposed to be flying on air, and we're putting in jet fuel, and it's like, what? How far removed are we from where we need to be? So once again, Pנחs ben Elazar, ben Aaron HaKohen, Heisheves Chamasi, complete surrender, carbon oil, allowing for that imagination to start growing, allowing for Shechina, to make room for Shechina. That's the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi. So we're going into this is Erev Shabbos of Menachem Av. It's it's big, it's wild. It's going out from Tammuz, Chodesh Agula. We had such amazing awarenesses this month. Everybody, Baruch Hashem, going into Menachem Av. This is where Shabbos Nachmu and Chazayin, where everybody gets a vision of the Beis HaMikdash. Everybody gets a flash. And it's time to start building that emunah, to believe with that tmimus that this is it. I mean, whatever it is, to have a little inspiration and excited is to go into that. And this is once again the carbon oil that Pנחs made available to us. So guten Erev Shabbos Parshas Pנחs, Shabbos Mevarchim, and the Rebbe was very, very fired up about Tehillim, Shabbos Mevarchim. So as we said before, this is not something that has to have kavanah. This is on the contrary. This is something that we're just saying the letters. We're saying the oisi is the only job we have while doing that is simcha, to be v'simcha. So during the month, when you step into your month, you have these big open vessels, and now, as your day goes by, you always pull out these vessels, and all they have is simcha. This is what you need. You need a pill of simcha. All right. Have an awesome Shabbos. Good Shabbos.